Today, we will talk about generation gap, what it is and why it's important to business. A generation gap refers to the division between the beliefs and behaviors of members of two different generations. This can include differences in thoughts, actions, tastes, politics, values, and pop culture. The gap has widened in the 20th and 21st centuries. Generation gaps are important in businesses, as companies need to balance the needs and views of individuals from different groups in order to sell to them. Sociologists have divided the generations into different segments, and businesses must be aware of the changing demographics and genders of their client base. The current living generations have been divided into 6 major groups, each with its own characteristics regarding vernacular, technological influences, workplace attitudes, general consciousness, and ways of life. The greatest generation, born from 1901 to 1927, was instrumental in shaping the United States into an economic and military power, defined by patriotism, teamwork, and drive. The silent generation, born 1928 to 1945, fought in Korea and were more traditional and rules-following than the baby boomers. Baby boomers participated in some of the greatest social changes in the country's history, during the 1960s and 1970s, with the civil rights movement and the women's movement. Generation X, born between 1965 and 1980, grew up with emerging technologies and observed major technological advancements. Millennials, born between 1981 and 1996, have always known technological advancements in real-time media, communication, and have experienced untold tragedy in their youth. Generation Z, born between 1997 and 2012, is the first generation that grew up with the internet as a fact of life, not knowing a world without email, immediate access to information, or mobile phones. Understanding the different generations is critical for businesses to know who they should market to and how. Businesses must also stay true to their identity and understand where to market to different generations. Generational gaps are simply caused by age and the situation of the world at the time one generation has grown up. For example, the beliefs and perceptions of those who grew up during World War II may be different from those who grew up in the 1960s. Some of the different generation gaps are the traditionalists, the baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z. There will always be different generations simply because people are born at different times. The world and society are always changing, and studies show that the differences in generational gaps are minimal. Encouraging multi-generational teamwork, creating clear cultural values, incorporating many communication channels, organizing mentorship programs, and emphasizing respect above all else are ways to bridge the generational gap in certain situations in the workplace. A generation gap consists of the differing beliefs on politics, religion, society, pop culture, that exist between different generations. Businesses often try to understand the different generations so that they can create and market products successfully. Here are 5 key takeaways. 1. A generation gap is defined as the different thoughts and worldviews held by different generational cohorts. 2. The generation gap between individuals can be used to explain differences in the worldviews and actions observed among those of different age groups. 3. The current living generations are the greatest generation, the silent generation, baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z. 4. Businesses often aim to understand the different characteristics of each generation to better create and market their products and services. 5. Employers seek to reduce the generational gap within the workplace by employing a variety of techniques. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.